This is one of the most controversial jets ever built. The Su-57, Russia's so-called stealth fighter, it's the product of more than a decade of development. Designed as the successor to the legendary Flanker, but the West calls it a copycat jet. Russia calls it the future of their Air Force. Here's the problem. In over 10 years, they've built fewer than 2 dozen. Is the Su-57 just a failed project hyped by propaganda, or is it a dangerous fighter the West is underestimating? Today, we'll break down the history, myths, and truth behind Russia's felon from the East. Back in the 1980s, stealth was the hottest trend in aviation. The US launched the ATF program, which gave us the F-2 to Raptor. But stealth doesn't mean invisibility. It means radar can T-track and lock onto you in time. The B-2 bomber was designed to slip through defenses. The F-22 was designed to dominate the skies before the enemy could even react. Russia, however, believed raw performance mattered more than stealth. Their first fifth-gen attempt, the MiG-1.44, collapsed in the chaos of the 1990s. Sukhoi then created a bold demonstrator, the Su-47, with its forward-swept wings, proving they still had the vision. In the 2000s, the Russian government launched the PAK-FA program. Sukhoi was chosen to build the prototype, which eventually became the Su-57, hailed as the rival to the F-22. It was meant to be Russia's great leap forward. When the Su-57 first flew in 2010, the internet exploded. It's just an F-22 copy. But the truth is more complicated. Yes, it has angled tails like other stealth jets, but it keeps many flanker traits: twin-engine gondolas, large control surfaces, and extreme maneuverability. In fact, it's closer to the rejected American YF-23 prototype than the F-22. But then come the issues. Its engine compressors are partly exposed, and those circular nozzles scream on radar. Bottom line, Western jets are harder to detect, but the Su-57 is still stealthy enough to cause trouble for modern radars. Here's where things really fall apart. The Su-57 still doesn't have the engines it was designed for. Its current AL-41s are modified from older flankers. They're powerful, and with thrust vectoring they make the Su-57 a dogfighting monster. But in full combat load, it may not even supercruise. The future ISDEL-I-30 engines are supposed to fix this with better stealth, higher thrust, and real supercruise. But as of today, they're still not ready. One area where Russia is innovating is teaming the Su-57 with stealth drones like the S-70. These unmanned wingmen could carry heavy weapons, scout ahead, and keep the Su-57 hidden. Combined with a new data link system, the concept is powerful on paper. The question is whether Russia can actually afford to build it. Originally, Russia planned to buy 200 Su-57s. India even signed on as a partner, but pulled out in 2018 after endless delays. Today, only about a dozen Su-57s are operational, with a contract for 76 more moving at a snail's pace. Russia claims the jet has seen combat in Syria and even in Ukraine, but reliable proof is scarce. With money tight and sanctions biting, the dream of a full Su-57 fleet looks unlikely. On the tech side, the Su-57 carries the NO-36 Byelka AESA radar, made of 5 arrays covering nearly 200. It also has an IRST sensor to detect heat signatures, something even the F-22 DOS&T have, but compared to the F-35's legendary sensor, fusion, and pilot helmet, the Su-57 still falls short. It's advanced, but not unmatched. It does, however, pack serious weapons like the R-37M long-range missile, capable of striking targets over 200 kilometers away. That's a threat Western pilots can't ignore. So, what's the real story? The Su-57 is advanced, powerful, and full of potential. But with only a handful in service, it's more of a symbol than a real frontline force. Could it challenge the F-22 or F-35-101? Not likely. Could it shape the future of air combat? Absolutely, especially if paired with drones. But here's the irony. The Su-57 may never be America's biggest problem. China's J-20 is already in full production and may pose a far greater challenge. The felon, for now, is more of a warning. Proof that Russia can still innovate, but also a reminder that money and production matter more than prototypes. Whether it becomes a legend or a footnote will depend not on its design, but on whether Russia survives long enough to build it.